Hey guys, it's Universal Monster, and I'll be doing shit for an hour. Well, I'm gonna try talk for an hour, cause I'm just gonna do some thinking out loud, some retrospective, I think it's called. So, instead of having a timer, I'm just gonna actually I'll have it up for myself so I can, if I see it, I mean, do I really want the video to just be like the trippy shit? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to be using this down here instead for my 1 hour timer. I don't know. If shit isn't happening on screen, it's easier for me to think, because nothing's really distracting me. And also, like, if I pause the recording so that I can try to think through some shit, so there's not really much, like, dead air that much, then, it'd be better just pause it, because it pauses this number, and I don't want to have to pause 2 timers, basically. So that's why I'm deciding it. Anyway. So, I'm kind of like thinking about myself, obviously, but I feel like I don't know what I want, and so I'd like it started out being like, I'm not exactly sure what kind of content I want to make. I've been doing a lot of game dev content, specifically when it comes to the YouTube videos, and I watched another YouTube video where this one YouTuber says that he mostly uses YouTube channel as like a way to like capture memories of like doing stuff for friends or whatever. But I don't really have a good way to like explain the step-by-step process of how I got here, what I'm actually doing or talking about, but like so what are my points? I'm going to just make them right now, I guess. So history of not completing stuff. I don't care that's spelled wrong. Then what is the purpose of the content I make And these are just questions I want to ask myself, though. This one, I kind of know I want to, like, goes like a jumping off point. What's purpose content I make? Man, I had another one. Was it? History not completing stuff. Purpose of content I make. I'm gonna pause. Okay, so I'm compelled toward making shit and stuff about my life balance, so I'm gonna try to touch on all these things. I don't know if I have 55 minutes to go through all of it, but whatever, it's just supposed to help me and stuff. So history of not completing stuff. So ever since like high school, I've done plenty of like drawings before and stuff, but there are still like projects and shit where I'd like call myself to myself, like in my head, the Professor Calamitous or whatever the fuck. And cause I'd have like these ideas for projects and stuff where I wouldn't follow them through to completion, but like all of them are big. All of them are pretty much big. There's a couple things I have like finished, like there's one perverted board traveler PBT thing. That I did like complete. Nobody really cared about it though, but like I almost don't care about that part, but yeah, I obviously don't know what's relevant here, but like but I guess this is like going through some insights and stuff, because like I want to come back towards the preferred board traveler thing. So, alright, so about history of not completing stuff, like in high school, you know, there's that thing where like you're supposed to like know what the hell you want to do, and so you go classes and shit to be able to do it and stuff, and like work towards that kind of future. And throughout like all of high school and most of my life, I've just never really felt like I knew what I wanted to do, you know? Like most of my high school like time was just waiting for a feeling of like, oh, I'm just gonna like someday I'm just gonna know what I want to do and shit. And like I barely I'd pass classes just by completing the exams and not doing any homework for the most part, because that's apparently how my high school rolled. But yeah, so when high school actually ended, I kind of felt like I wasted most of my time, maybe, but I still like kind of drew some things and like dabbled in creative stuff, but And I feel like not knowing what I want to do kind of contributes to not feeling like I have much of a direction. But also, what I want to say at the core, I'm not sure how I feel about this claim, but I think there's something related to that at the core, because like I kind of have a direction right now with that board game thing that I'm game deving, and like I want to say a couple days ago or a week ago, I don't remember how long it was, I was like stuck with an annoying thing that it kept doing with the turns and the enemy spawning that irritated me and just kind of depressed me because things weren't working as I intended. I didn't really know how to fix it. But and so I was definitely feeling like, man, I don't even know what I want to do, or something like that. But now I've kind of gotten past that, and I don't, and it's just weird. It was just so freaking weird to me, because I didn't know what to do for my happiness, and then fucking I just got an idea for like how to tackle the problem in that game, and frickin' I tried to put it in there, it didn't work. I tweaked it a couple times, got different results, and then I got something that works good enough now. Encoding overload. Yeah, fuck you. What are you talking about, OVS? Encoding overload. So what? Is it going to make the video lag? Anyway. So now that I've gotten past that part, and I've thought about a couple things, like, and I don't know, like, I kind of just did it. Like, it wasn't like, I wasn't motivated to get past it. It's like, okay, I guess I'll just try this since it's in front of me, and I don't want to bother with trying to remember it later, so I did that. And now it's in a better place, and maybe so am I. But so I feel like I'm not directionless now, because I can go further on that game. Further in making it and shit. But I feel like there's a different core. Because even though I have direction, and that's okay, I can use the game dev as like an anchor, and I don't know how to describe how that means, what I'm meaning that as, because like when things are down and I feel like I just need to feel like I'm having some sort of progress or something, I could just work on that a little bit, get a little progress in, and be like, okay, and then it's suddenly all right that frickin' I'm not doing all that much that I want, and there's still a lot of chores and shit I need to do. Tomorrow I need to go to the dentist. Laundry still needs to be done. Dishes need to be done. I have meds I need to pick up. It'd be nice if I could like sweep and dust and vacuum the apartment a bit more, and hopefully get the air quality up more, but it's not a immediate problem. But yeah, life is hard. Yeah. But so this chord I'm thinking of, like, I have direction, but the core issue might be, I guess, wanting. Like, again, is this really something I want to do? And I'm not sure if that even matters, you know? If me wanting to do this even matters. But, like, there's something there, but I have a hard time understanding, because I feel like if I understand this shit, maybe I could leverage it a bit better for life balance or some shit. I don't know. But I definitely feel like I don't know what kind of content I want to make or like the purpose of it. But I'm not sure. So, the next thing is I'm compelled towards making shit. 'Cause, like, I don't know. I don't know. I could try playing Pokemon or something, and like, I'm not sure about other YouTubers. I know like Small Ant has, he likes video game challenges and speed runs. Doing those things is like his thing, so he must like enjoy them and stuff. But I feel more compelled towards like making stuff, because that should be fucking self-explanatory, alright? To me. To where I don't have to try and iterate on what exactly it means. I'd feel wanting to make something. However, I feel like, especially nowadays, especially now that I'm on my own, I'm a fucking adult, I have responsibilities and shit, I have to have a life balance, that's even harder to actually try having time to make things, having energy to make things. And so I'm not even, like, it has gotten harder even if I'm like compelled to or whatever. And so I guess I also feel like figuring out what I'd want to do will narrow shit down enough to where maybe I can figure out a way to fit that into my goddamn life balance. Something that will make me happy enough to do, to where even if I do little of it, like it's somewhat of like something to look forward to and something that's rewarding enough to me personally, I assume, that like, again, I can try fitting it into my life balance. And the reason why I put PBT there is because a little bit more obvious now that I'm thinking about this, but for the last several years, I guess, I've been on this like most of my creations usually have to do with like randomness. Like in high school I had this like story idea based on a role-playing forum thing, and the characters I made for it was like randomized, where I'd have like ideas and stuff for them, but I'd also like use a crossword puzzle or some kind of puzzle book to like take words or short descriptions to add to the characters in some way. One of my characters has like a irrational fear of cubes, you know. But yeah, so, and then the preferred board traveler thing's all about like there's a freaking game board thing. You roll dice, you land on the spot, and shit happens. And it's like characters go onto it and shit, and then there's like fluid battles and stuff, and for some reason I'm more or less stuck with that as like something I'd want to do, and I think it would make sense that like something that like the word I'm looking for is wonder, like having wonder and more or less surprise into it. I feel like that's something that I like or maybe want, but it does seem like there's that most of my creations or whatever has an underlying desire of not knowing what's going to happen and trying to like having fun seeing how shit fits and just kind of just seeing what happens, more or less. That's also like my idea with the fucking chaos editing idea, where there'd be randomness involved, and it's like a is it like a combination of like making shit up and not knowing what the hell is going to happen? Because to be honest, that does sound fun. It does sound fun. Is that what I want to do? Because also I have randomized Pokemon Emerald, where lots of things are randomized. There's some things that aren't, like but there I put in like random trainer titles or whatever, you know, like bug catcher and aroma lady or something like that, like, or I guess some custom ones like creepy pasta or magical girl, magical boy, poet, strong man, strong woman. Trying to think of the frickin' interesting ones, but you get the idea. Anyway, and then like a bunch of different character names, so like like I can run into trainers that are just different people. Like I just I had one on mobile that I've been like slowly working on playing over like more than a year probably, and just beat the Elite Four. They were all schoolgirls apparently. Except the champion was a strong woman, Lotta Hart from Ace Attorney. But yeah, and like I had a randomized team that I wanted to go in with. A frickin' Bulbasaur, Bellsprout, Ninetales, Psyduck, Lyron, and Politoed. But randomization has always been more or less something that I've tried to use for some kind of like fun. Like, wow, what kind of combination am I going to get this time or something? So I guess that's a core now. A core of like what's kind of fun for me, maybe. Not exactly sure how to use that. But I guess it's a start, you know. Life balance. So about 30 minutes into the video now. I think I've touched up on this enough in my videos, but in case this is the first one that you, the viewer, happen to be watching. So I live by myself in an apartment. I have some privileges, which are nice, and I'd like to say I'm blessed, but also stressed, because life is still stressful. I've basically struggled with life balance for a long time, since I became an adult, more or less. And I said earlier in the video about shit I gotta do, so, but also, like, when I was first starting out, it was just really stressful, because also just fucking I also gotta take care of myself, gotta eat, gotta do eye drops so that I gotta take care of my eyes so that I don't be stupid and damage them, though they felt like I was being stupid with them earlier today. But it's hard for me not to. There are times where like I would just do something that I kind of enjoy to have like a dopamine rush, and I can't tear myself away from it. I end up neglecting myself until I'm like, oh, I'm not actually having fun anymore. I'm feeling miserable despite what I'm doing. And it's tough. Sometimes the only way to feel better is to do something that like I don't actually want to do. But the things I do actually want to do just make me feel worse for some reason. Like, well, it's because I'm neglecting myself. But like, yeah. But also there's like some like, how am I gonna have fun? How am I gonna find time to hang out with friends, be there for them and shit? And it's a juggling act. You know, definitely felt like a juggling act like a couple years ago when I started or whatever. Fuck, I'm not keeping track of time. Fuck that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got energy for that. I'm supposed to be asleep right now or whatever. My ideal bedtime, 8 p.m. It's 9:30 p.m. right now. I'm kind of getting lucky because usually if I stay up till like 11 or 12, then I'll end up sleeping through breakfast. But for some reason I've been getting up on time at 5 a.m. more or less. But So how would I fit, you know, making shit, since I feel compelled to do it, into this fucking mess? And like, it's definitely an issue, but I'm not sure on a lot of things, really. I'm gonna pause this again, try to get some of my thoughts straight. Okay, so it's an issue, but it's not the main issue. But the thing is, like, I think with life balance is that maybe it's more of like I can just find a way to move forward and get by, to like keep some kind of momentum, like how my current game dev project is like an anchor. I guess I don't even remember if I fucking said this before in this video, but again, it's like if I feel like I'm stuck or something, or that nothing I do seems to matter, or even if things get better, it don't feel like things are getting better. I guess I could use that as like an anchor, so that seeing that game get a little bit more like evolving a little bit more, progressing a little bit more, then I'll try to tell myself that I'm try to be satisfied with that as like a little something that I've accomplished and cemented more or less. It's not really cemented unless I back it up, but like back up the data files, but something that'll be there tomorrow or whatever. It's not gonna just be like dishes where like you do them and then they show up, you gotta do dishes again, but try put that as like a kind of win where try and make it where it's okay for me to feel like I'm just doing the best I can. And this is enough. I can try to focus on the other stuff that I don't want to do, but would make life better, more or less. Cause making life better where I don't have much annoying shit to deal with makes the day go by smoother, less painful, less annoying, and it does me better even if it feels like I'm not progressing or whatever, but I still need that progression feeling or some shit in order for me to be like, so like my depressive feelings or whatever don't make it harder for me to take care of myself. But yeah, so I can probably this is still something I'll probably think of, because if it definitely relates to this big question or whatever the fuck, but it's not like I can think about this, but it's not urgent, because change usually happens from small steps over time. So if I can take small steps over time with this, I assume life's going to get better, while I try to focus more on, surviving the whole life balance bullshit. Whether I put myself through my own hardships or not, I'm not going to use my brain power to describe that. I have 20 minutes. So, let's go. All right, so this is like the brain buster for me right now, like my current perception, because what is the purpose of the content that I make? And I'm not just saying the game dev or like the game itself, because this is a YouTube video. I am making a YouTube video right now, and I have made several other YouTube videos of me doing game dev. I can do game dev without recording it. In fact, that's what I've done. I have done that with this game project. So, like recently, I talked a little bit about it, but like, so I guess I want to say that this is what I mean by I don't know what kind of content I want to make, or even if I want to make content. if that makes sense. Like, content I'm using as more of a word of like fucking shit I want other people to see, you know? I guess I kind of want people to see my videos, but what about this one? You know, as a great example, I assume it's great. Let's fucking find out. What is the purpose of making this video, huh? So, I could just talk to myself, or I could talk to a friend about this shit. And I talked a little bit to a friend about this. And, I guess there's pros and cons to that. Like, I'm taking up his time to just ramble about bullshit without knowing what my point is. That's kind of what this video is, but I'm trying to format it in a certain way where people can understand it, and because I'm allowing myself to pause it, I don't have to exactly get things right on the spot and shit. I can try and take my time somewhat. And, this is a YouTube video. So, like, it's out on the public, and people would be able to watch this. But why? Why would I want to put it as a YouTube video? Why would I want to make YouTube videos? But that's getting a little bit ahead of myself. So, one, I said a little bit earlier that someone made videos because they wanted to like chronicle, like save fun moments they had with their friends or something. But now I kind of want to chronicle this right here. Like, I could, specifically for this video, I could have just talked to myself and stuff, but I end up forgetting stuff. There are lots of little lessons where I don't really put into that, like, I have for like a week and then they kind of just are gone or on the back burner. And I don't actively do them because I get distracted with other things and life balance and shit, but like, even without that. But I wanted this cemented to where like I can go over it, review it, maybe sometime in the future or some shit. And maybe people who watch it and follow my channel or something can help me throughout watching me or some shit to hopefully remind me of this stuff so that it stays with me for longer. That would be a cool ideal. And I kind of don't want to ask people to do it. I want it to be something that people choose to do on their own if they want to. So I guess this is an invitation if you want to do that, but there's no obligation or whatever. But I feel like it's like I wanted this this thing to like help me try to get a little bit smarter, a little bit better, hopefully. And now on to the more broader part at 15 minutes till the end. The YouTube channel as a whole, or like my DeviantArt as a whole, or our places, or our projects and stuff. Because there's always like been a part of me where I wanted to share the things that I make or something. And there have definitely been times in the past where I'd like chase that feeling of, I want, like, in order to keep me motivated, I need people to be interested and excited about the things that I wanted to be interested and excited in doing. And I believe I've said it before on several videos in the past that I want to feel like I'm enjoying stuff with other people. Like I'm enjoying doing stuff and they're enjoying me doing stuff or some shit. And I want a feeling of like kind of doing things together with people and not feeling like most of it ties, well, not knowing how to fit things because of life balance. So going back to that, for a long time I've been trying to like fit things to my life balance of like try and find games or whatever, or some kind of routine where like I can play the game for like 20 minutes, then go do a chore, then come back 20 minutes, go do a chore or some shit like that. With or like play a game for an hour and then do chores for an hour, or like if I try like streaming or something, like stream for an hour and then have like a 30-minute break or something, not like trying to fit things like that. And the reason why I don't really like play longer games like Darkest Dungeon, which I like, but they like one dungeon takes a big chunk of time, and I might things might go horribly, and so I feel like shit, and then it's like, wow, that was a lot of time where I wanted to do something fun and I feel like shit and I need to take care of myself now, and trying to do any more will just make me feel like shit because I'm doing something wrong and neglecting myself and all this shit. So what kind of content can I make that would fit my life balance and would feel worth doing? And I struggle with those things like a yo-yo, more or less. And I've definitely steered away towards some things over the years. Like I slowly got the idea of like, oh, I just want to do things for like entertainment for like myself, or I should do things because I want them to exist, instead of like trying to move more towards that, instead of like trying to think of like, okay, I gotta make things good so that people can like and engage and get inside with the things I do, and then like when I don't get any of that, feeling like all the effort I put in is worthless, or in the very least not worth it, because a lot of time and effort for something that isn't rewarding me enough, like emotionally, when that's what I feel like I need, is some emotional thing to make me feel nice enough to where I can feel content to just be like, okay, yeah, I can take a break to do these things that I don't want to do, but I need to do in order to take care of myself and have a better life. So, 10 minutes left. I'm not sure if I can answer this question in 10 minutes or come up with it. It's kind of cool that I got this out of the way, like the randomness. Fucking randomness. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to fit that into my content that much, but also like I feel like it's too vague for me to wrap my head around. Too vague and too many options because of its vagueness. I don't know, like I can do YouTube videos, I can try like drawing whatever the fuck I want. Like I can go any fucking direction. It's like, and it goes back to that feeling of not knowing what the hell I want, you know, because of that. But started thinking about my game project and like my current one, and thinking of like earlier I was thinking about like the kind of cards and shit that I'd want, because I want like a Loop Hero clone where you can get like these cards that you can place on a board, and it'd like put like environments or whatever on the board, and those environments do different shit, like they summon enemies, they can give you resources, they can do a bunch of shit. But I've been thinking about like what kind of shit I would actually want or need for the base experience, and so I have kind of a plan. Like I don't really, it sparked the idea of I don't really know what the fuck I want, because I don't. But right now I'm kind of content with the idea of like, well, you know I want like fights and for enemies to spawn and shit, so me and completing fights or defeating enemies will get you like cards and shit. So maybe if I just take it like one step at a time, I can like see how that functions before adding more shit. And so And so I feel like maybe if I get that done, I'll have some groundwork to work off of and have a better idea of how I'd want for things to go, like some type of like quests or storyline shit. But yeah, so I feel like I have a direction again where I'm not so stuck. Where yeah, if I progress a little bit at a time, then maybe like some options or thoughts or something, some ideas could come into mind to where I can actually do stuff at that stage. But so I'm basically good on the project for like using it still as like an anchor or whatever, or like something I kind of want to do. And so I feel like this isn't an issue, and maybe what I'm about to say isn't actually all that important. Maybe knowing what exactly I want right off the start, or like knowing completely before starting or whatever the fuck, or continuing, is okay, because I have time or leverage or whatever to where I can take small steps to just survive through life and keep moving forward to where maybe that like goal or thing that I'm like, man, I really don't know what I'm doing, will like slowly chip away and chisel away into a more where I can see more of a possible path that I could take, even if I don't, see a fucking like a finish line or whatever the fuck. But like yeah, I probably like I don't know where I'm going to go in the future. Like, what I want to say is, like, I feel like there are these game devs or whatever where they know what kind of game they want to make, and so, like, they have a trailer or whatever the fuck, and it's like, hey, if you want to fund this idea, this is the perception, okay? They probably already have, like, half the game done. They have, like, an idea or whatever, and, like, like, it's a ways away, so there's not, like, anyway, but like it's not like, hey, this is just an idea, but if you want this idea to happen, give us money so we can make the idea happen as we intend, or some shit. I feel like I've gone off on a tangent, but no, like, I don't know. I have a vague idea of like an endpoint for the game, but here's the thing: I don't know if I want to finish the game or whatever, or if having a finished game is the goal, because the goal for the game is mostly for me to just add to it, to just It's not to get to like an end goal or a complete enough game where I can play it and have my fun that I want, because I want this thing to exist, this game to exist, or whatever the fuck. But more of just adding to it to see it evolve and into more and more of a different thing that seems closer and closer to the thing, but that's not, like, getting to the goal is not the goal. Adding to the game and making shit work and seeing like I think I touched upon this on the watch a board game make itself an existential dread video about just having fun seeing the thing grow. So but yeah, 1 hour's over. I don't know if I'm any closer again. Randomness, but talked more about the things that I want to make, but I don't know about content. Like, I'm thinking of broad, what kind of content do I want to make? And like, Small has like challenge videos and speed runs. The Austin guy has like Lethal Company videos and challenges and just be like, I don't know how to describe it. He's like kind of chill, but like man, I really don't know how to like describe how his videos or his content like appeals to me most of the time. But yeah, so I don't know if having a YouTube channel, like, I'm probably not going to get rid of it because I need that to kind of watch videos. I like, holy shit, I'm subscribed to like how many people? I only watch a couple because fucking it's all I have time for. But like, I don't have enough time, but it feels like I want to end with like a question for myself, because like maybe I can't boil it down to just one question, but I feel like a simple example is just this YouTube channel where like I upload videos. Why do I don't have to make videos and upload them, especially if I feel like people aren't going to watch it anyway. I feel like people aren't really going to watch this, and should be okay because this is just a personal thing to try and help myself. I could make a video, but why post it on YouTube? Anyway, I still got some things to think about, but if you made it to the end, thanks for watching. I probably won't have a Ko-fi link down in the description. Probably won't have any description. Just cause like why would someone want to pay me because of this video? I just don't feel like it, you know. But if you want to leave like a comment, comments are appreciated. Don't know what people would comment, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to keep hanging in there and shit. And I don't know if I'll make a follow-up or something reporting on this shit. But who knows? Who knows? I'll at least think about it. I still don't know what I'm going to do with like video type shit, but yeah. I want to think about this shit. It's just I'm out of time for this video, so yeah. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.